Hey guys! After doing the other video, I realized I kind of left you hanging, so I wanted to make this a two-part video. So this is the second part. This is where I go over all of the tools and the methods that I use to help me get through really bad anxiety, panic attacks, or PTSD. So let's get to it. The first two things kind of go hand in hand, meditating and deep breathing. When I take really deep breaths during a very stressful time, it helps me to calm down. It slows my heart rate, it slows my breathing, and it helps me to get back into control again. It also helps me emotionally to realize I've got the control, taking deep breaths. Regular meditation literally has been proven to get blood flow back into your brain and be healing, actually heal your brain. And so when I do meditating, either in the moment or regularly, I notice that I'm not even struggling with anxiety as much. It's awesome. You should meditate. And you can download apps, so they're super helpful. They're guided meditations, so you don't feel like, okay, what am I doing? I'm basically sleeping, sitting up, whatever. And you don't have to be overwhelmed or distracted or confused by it. Get an app, and there's a ton out there. This next thing, animals, has been very shocking for me. So I have a friend, a new acquaintance friend that I made recently that has a little dog for her PTSD. And she was telling me about it and how her new puppy has been extremely healing and helpful for her. Well, I haven't had pets because as much as I love animals, and if you have seen more of my videos or see on Instagram, I'm kind of crazy. I love animals. But I have a hard time with hair all over my house and their claws scratching my wood floor. Like, yeah, I just don't want to clean up after that and have like another animal. I'm comparing my children to animals. Yeah, I just did that. Okay, well, I don't want another thing to take care of, okay? And so I've never had that experience until this last weekend. And seriously, totally God sent, huge blessing. My sister asked me to babysit her dog while she went on a trip for Thanksgiving. And I agreed to it, just thinking that I was helping her out. But can I tell you, it was the most amazing thing. I immediately made a relationship with this puppy, which sounds really funny, but I love animals, like I said. And this dog gave me so much peace, so much comfort, both as a protector over me and my family, and also just the bond that we had. And I literally would sit on the floor and he would sit on my lap, and he's a big dog. He's a boxer mix. I mean, he's not massive, but he's big and he's heavy. And he would just sit on my lap, and I just went to town, snuggling with him and scratching behind his ears, and he would lick my face all over. And that probably grosses some of you out, but seriously, I could just sit here like this and have a dog lick my face all day. I love it. It's the best thing ever. They're just so loving, and it's just so cute, and oh, I just love it. Anyway, it proved to be incredibly healing for me, and it came at just the right time. Look into just getting a pet, whether it's from the Humane Society or wherever, so that you can have that bond and that comfort that an animal provides. It is so cool. Music. Music has the ability to just immediately distract you and get your mind focused again. Music can really be comforting to the soul. It can be validating almost, and it can really help you to get out of yourself and out of your shell and move towards taking care of yourself and taking other steps on the list to get into a safer mental mode and to have fun, to be upbeat. Music is hugely healing and important. Listen to music. Don't listen to depressing things or things that are going to make you shut down. Listen to things that are going to help you get out of your seat and move and dance and be excited and refocus and not be scared. Yes, music is awesome. Exercise. We know from lots and lots and lots of research and studies that exercise literally because of the serotonin, will help with anxiety, to actually treat anxiety and alleviate the anxiety, or alleviate the problems, the symptoms of anxiety. So exercise, even if it's 20 minutes a day. You do not need to go to the gym. You can get Tony Horton videos. I know this isn't sponsored, but yeah, we have a lot of Tony Horton. We love it, and he has so much personality and he's hilarious. It's worth it just to watch it, even if you're not going to exercise, but you've got to. Okay, this one has been eye-opening for me. And I didn't realize it before, but recently, for 4 months, I went on a sugar fast. And it was really, really good for me. It felt so good. And then come Halloween, I decided to do what everyone else would do, you know, do what's normal and healthy. And I gorged on sugar, because that is a healthy thing to do after fasting, right? Yeah, not good. So I ate sugar like a lot from Halloween to current. And I've had days where I didn't eat any sugar, but it was in excess, especially compared to the fast. And I really have to recognize that the sugar played a part in this, because I know I'm addicted to sugar because it's good and I like to have regular doses. And when I don't, like, I'll get headaches, or when I have gone on a fast and I eat sugar, I will have headaches. It's a problem. It's a problem. So as I've eaten sugar, I've realized that it's been contributing to my anxiety. So if you can, stay off sugar, or don't eat as much, smaller portions, not as often, those type of things. Sleep. Sleep is huge. Anybody that has anxiety or depression knows if you're not getting regular sleep, you might as well be taking depression pills or anxiety pills, because that's how you're going to feel. It is so hugely important to get adequate sleep every single night. Go to sleep early, wake up early. You don't need to be taking naps during the day. I would say that's very unhealthy and will disrupt your sleep rhythm. But if you go to sleep early, wake up early, and make sure that you're getting the necessary 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, that will be hugely important, and it will really alleviate a lot of the issues with anxiety. Okay, eating well. As we know, when we eat Doritos and pizza and fried food all day, it doesn't make us feel very good. Can you imagine what all of those chemicals are doing to your brain? Now, this is my opinion. The whole video is my opinion, so take it for what it's worth. But I know from personal experience, when I am using my juicer, having my protein shake in the morning, eating fruits and veggies throughout the day, and eating in a healthy way, everything, my entire body, my brain, the way I sleep, the way I deal with, being patient or impatient with my kids, everything, I notice a complete difference. Just like a kid, when they have candy, kind of acts out or has a hard time focusing or staying still, it is the same thing for adults. Our body is going to act differently when we are taking care of it versus putting toxins in it. And I have noticed a huge difference. And I notice a huge difference with my kids when they're eating healthy versus fruit snacks, granola bars, etc. This last time, and in the past, I'm going to put two together, going to a counselor. I needed to just get in check with what was going on, have a professional sounding board to help me to work through it and to remind me of the things that I've previously learned, and offer any new tools that could help me to refocus and remember that I'm in control, what reality really looks like, that I don't need to be afraid and scared and overwhelmed and stressed out, but that I could have control and bring myself back in. So counselors are hugely important. Now, in the past, like if you have PTSD, there's obviously a trigger, an event that caused that, or events that caused that. So when I did trauma counseling and went through my trauma and worked through that, it was hard. Yeah, it was tough. but life-changing. It was amazing and literally has helped me to not have to even deal with anxiety most of the time because I've dealt with that and I've worked through it. So if and when you can, you've got to work on your trauma stuff. Work through that. It's 100% worth it. And it will literally change your life and change the way you look at life and cope and your anxiety and depression levels. It is amazing. Okay, so in my last video, when I was really struggling, I believe I mentioned that I went out with a girlfriend. Darren stayed home with the kids so that I could have some girl time and just get distracted. That was awesome. It was nice to just get out of the mundane, standard home life and switch it up and get, distracted by something positive and healthy. So that's really important. Go and do things that are going to be productive, energizing, anything that's going to be positive. Don't waste your time on things that are not going to make you feel accomplished. I think that will only add to the issue. For me, it totally does. It just adds to the problem, and I start to be anxious about what I didn't accomplish or time wasted. And maybe that's my personality, but it's just another thing to add to my anxiety. I don't want to waste time on stupid things. While you're doing all of these things to help with the symptoms of anxiety, it's hugely important to recognize the trigger. What was it that made you have this bout of anxiety in the first place? Or what, several things contributed to you feeling out of control and anxious and scared and worried and overwhelmed. Think about those things so that you can, write it down, journal, so that you can do things that will simplify the issue and help you to take a bite at a time and deal with whatever it was, or realize, what, I need to create a boundary. I read that stupid thing on Instagram that freaked me out. I can't watch that. I can't read that. I need to make sure that I don't do that again. Cut it off, make a boundary so that you are not stepping back into that same pitfall. Stay busy. If you are on Instagram or when you're wasting time watching movies in your pajamas and laying around and trying to sleep, but you really can't sleep, and it gets to a point that it actually is very unhealthy, and you have too much idle time, that more of those thoughts can pour in and you can become more and more overwhelmed because you're neglecting things that you need to get done, you want to get done, and you're starting to feel bad about yourself, and the anxiety just piles up. So stay busy, stay productive. As painful as it is, as slow as you might be moving, just one foot in front of the other, one bite at a time. Don't do time wasting things that are going to add to your stress level. Go and get, errands done. Mark things off your list. Make a list so that you have a physical document helping you to refocus and remember what your goals are and help you to get out of your head and focus on something tangible. Now, for all of you lucky ducks out there that can get medication, do it. If you want medication, what's stopping you? Because it can be life-changing. And I only wish that my liver didn't struggle. Otherwise, I would take medication and it would change my life. But it will send me into rejection, so I can't take it. So I would suggest highly, get on some meds. If you can't, like me, do supplements, do essential oils. Essential oils have helped me so much, and they do not have the side effects of medication, so they don't bother me. And they really help you in the exact same way medications do, but without all of the side effects. They're really, really awesome. Okay, guys, that wraps up my list of things that have helped me that I've personally used and experienced, and they have changed my life. They've helped me to cope through rough times, and they've helped me to I've used as a prevention to stop me from getting in deeper or really struggling, like as a maintenance plan. I hope this was helpful. I hope that after that first video, I probably gave you some anxiety, and I hope that this helps to alleviate that and actually gives you steps and tools to get back on track and to help you with your healing process and treating your anxiety. Thanks guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe below.